Ladies and gentlemen, if your wife needs a new fur coat, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com, because I got a free fur coat of taking off this condensing coil. Check out this video. All right, here we are, back again at this Rheem condenser that had that iceberg, literally an iceberg. I have never seen so much ice inside an air handler on an evaporator coil. That thing was frozen solid. And you know what? Here we are. Today's Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. I was here Sunday on the 2nd, when I pulled the disconnect. See? She's pulled. I pulled the disconnect. And I said, listen, let the fan stay on, and we'll take it from there. But I got a feeling she may still be frozen. Why aren't my pressures equal? I got a feeling we are still frozen. Well, there's only one way to find out. All right. And beware of mouse traps. Damn. If one doesn't get you, I think the other two will. All right, let's go see. Let's go see our evaporator. I'm taking you with me, guys. Hope you appreciate this. All right. Now, if you recall, we had an access panel right here with a couple screws in it, and this area was pretty jacked up, kind of like our air handler here. Damn. All right, let's see. Let's see if she's still frozen. Okay. Let's see. You ready? Huh. No ice. We're good. All right, now that we verified we have good airflow, let's go back to the outdoor unit, plug in the power, and check our temperatures and pressures. All right, I am going to use my right hand. My left hand's behind my back. We're going to plug in the disconnect. Make sure she's solid in there. Close that back up. And then we're going to check our pressures. See what happens. So we're going to see that we have 103 on the low side and 333 on the high side. Keep in mind that our my indoor temperature at the thermostat is 80 degrees right now. Our condenser coil temperature is 103 and evaporator is 35. Looks like we had a case of a dirty filter. And in case you're wondering, when I had my gauges hooked up before I hooked up power to the unit, before I went downstairs, you're going to notice that my high and low side weren't even. And that's what brought me downstairs to the crawl space to see if the system was frozen, and it wasn't. But the reason why my pressures were not equal was my low side hose, the low loss fitting. I don't know, sometimes I think it's all the way on, but it wasn't. And it wasn't reading the true pressure, so that's the reason why. And I wish I would have properly secured my low pressure hose with the low loss fitting attached to the end, because it would have saved me a trip into that crawl space. But I guess we verified that the coil's clean, which is a good thing, and we restored airflow with no ice. It's also another good thing. So let's take a look at our superheat and subcooling. So we do have 13.5 degrees of subcooling. We do have a TXV system. That is a little bit high. I like to see that a little bit lower. And that high side pressure of 371, let me just show you something. Bring you over here on this side, and what you're going to see is a fur coat. Yep, she's got a fur coat. Pretty bad. Not on. Oh yeah. Yep, we got a fur coat. So we're going to disassemble this system, take the panels off, and give her a bath. She needs a bath. I don't know about you, but I like my girls clean. If you like your girls clean too, smash that thumbs up button. Do it now. All right, I got my fan removed, resting off to the side. I didn't notice any oil residue. Oh yeah, the seals are broken on the motor. It is what it is, but let's take a look at and put the panels off to the side. Let's take a look at this condensing coil. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, wow. Take a look at this fur coat, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? It's always the side closest to the house that's really gets the most the most warmth. To remove my condenser fan motor, I had to remove 3 wires. The orange, the black, and the brown. My orange wire went to the top of a common terminal. My brown wire went to fan, and my black wire went to T1 on the bottom of my contactor. Doesn't really matter. You have that shunt right there, so we both have, you know, we have power both sides, so I can easily put it there if I wanted, or back down there when I put it back on. But I don't want to be on the same side of common, right? Because then we'll be taking one line of 220 volts from the same side, and it won't work. So, yeah, she good. She good. She dirty girl. She a dirty girl, and inside pretty clean. I didn't take this one off because I'm against the house here, and I really don't want to move this condenser, but maybe I will. Let's see. There we go. Now I could maybe. Well, she still don't want to come off. There you go. A little stubborn. Got a little bent in the process. We'll have to use our needle nose and fix that. All right, I'm gonna get my brush. We're gonna brush this off, and then we're gonna clean her up. All right, here is everything that I need to finish up this job. I got my foam gun. I got my New Bright by New Calgon. We used to use in the company the Viper Venom Pack by Refrigeration Technologies, the same people who make this foam gun. But honestly, unless it's a micro-channel coil, I'm using the New Bright. This stuff is just so much better, and there's a reason why it's the #1 coil cleaner in the HVACR industry. It eats, right? There's a reason why you need to wear PPE when you're working with this stuff, because it will eat through your skin like that new drug that they're, I don't know, it's crazy. The drug they're cutting in with other stuff, it's crazy, but apparently it's flesh-eating cutting agent. Anyway, this stuff will eat into your skin. So make sure you wear your PPE. All right, we're gonna use a brush, a little soft bristle brush, and we're gonna do vertical movements from top, working our way down. Just like that. We're gonna go all across the entire coil. All right, I used my brush. I brushed off as much as I can. I don't need to go crazy. It doesn't need to be perfect, because we are gonna do a wash. We're gonna do a rinse first with some water from inside out, and then we're gonna use the Viper. The Viper, the New Bright. So right now, I'm just doing from the inside out, and let's look at the dirt coming out of there. It's crazy. All right, that is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. Again, I just want to do a nice little rinse. I'm fortunate enough to be using hot water. Bye-bye, bug. There's a bug right there. Bye-bye. Have a good time. All right. So do a nice good rinse on this coil, and then we're going to use the chemical. All right, now my coil is completely rinsed. All of the big dirt is off. I used the nozzle, cleaned out the bottom, did my best on the base. I got my New Bright. I filled it up about that much, so a little less than halfway. I got my setting on E. That's the least diluted, or least dilution. So setting E, I believe, is, I don't know, that's good stuff. It's 5-to-1 ratio. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yep, 5-to-1 ratio. Sorry about the blurriness. Now we're going to use our chemical from the inside out. Same way we did with the water, the inside out. The reason for that is when that condenser fan motor is running, right, you're pulling air from inside by means of the sides. Air, ambient outdoor temperature air, is passing through the outside of the condensing coil in the inside being discharged out the top. So any dirt, pollen, dust, tumbleweed, cottonwood, all that good stuff is being brought in from the outside. That's the reason why you saw all the dirt and dust and all the accumulation on the outside and really nothing on the inside. So let's give it a rinse with the chemical. Okay, let's do this. And actually, you know what? I'm going to turn my position of my nozzle so it's in the vertical position, because I'm going to be in this fashion. So let's get this clean. Just like that. Try to bring the nozzles close to the coil as you can. And you don't want to waste any time, because you will quickly go through your chemical. You will quickly go through it. Okay. And if you got any left, give it a quick little schwitz on the outside, just like that. Oop. And if you have any left over, just give it a little rinse right there. Okay, this looks like with a little bit left. Look at the foaming action of the new Calgon New Bright. Pretty intense. Pretty intense. So let's see if I can get some in there from the inside. Yep, looks like I missed that spot right there. Okay, good. Very nice. Okay. Now, what I like to do, what works best for me, is that we have to rinse this out. Okay? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to rinse this while I'm waiting for the coil cleaner to do its job. And 10-15 minutes is all it takes. But unlike the Venom pack, you need to rinse this. And you should be rinsing in all cases anyway. If water was an issue, say you're working on a rooftop unit, I get it. You know, it's annoying. But that's why I carry 200 feet of hose in the truck, because you never know, you may be schlepping some water from far away. So we're going to rinse this out twice. Then we're going to fill it up again, and then I'm going to run a full cycle of that water through here, through the nozzle, to get that nozzle clean. Because if you don't do this, right, tomorrow morning when you go to use this, it's going to be all caked up, all that white stuff. You know what I'm talking about. All right? Let's get this done. All right, let's rinse. All right, I'm working my way from the top to the bottom. I like to go back and forth, slowly working my way down. All right, and I like to watch and see what's coming out of the coil while I'm doing this. You can see the bottom, the foam is all dirty. She's not clean. A lot of dirt this took out. A lot of dirt. I don't even know how this thing was breathing. We're going to continue this process on all the sides and then start the reassembly process. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my unit is reassembled, and as much as my dislike for Rheem exists, I have to give them credit. They're the only manufacturer that makes disassembly of your panels, so easy. Literally, there's no screws. Just take off the top condenser fan motor, right? And these side panels just pop right out of place. And unlike a Goodman, you know, once you take off the top, the Goodman's such a pain in the ass to put the top back on. But unlike a Goodman, this is so easy. It just goes together like butter. You may be noticing there's a dual capacitor resting on top of my condenser fan motor. And that's because I replaced the dual capacitor, the 7010, right there, and I put today's date on there, 7523. It's good to help the next guy, you know, case it's not Pipe Doctor or myself, our company policy is that if the capacitor fails the shake test, and you know what, let's go away here from the noise, right? And maybe you can hear it. You hear that like swooshing sound? That's the oils inside here, right? They don't evaporate. This is a sealed unit, right? So my company policy is if a capacitor fails the shake test, we recommend replacing it. This is much cheaper than replacing a condenser fan motor should the windings on the motor burn out. So an ounce of prevention goes a long way. And that's how I strengthen my relationships with my customers. I care about their performance, the performance of their system, and their home comfort. Okay. My gauge has been hooked up the whole entire time. We're just about balanced out, 217, 215. Remember what those numbers were before, right? Well, let's plug the power in and see what's going on. All right, it's been about half an hour, 10 to 11. I've been here for almost 2 hours. I was a little low on refrigerant. So low where I didn't even need a scale to weigh how much I'm putting in. My subcooling was around 6.5 degrees. I believe I probably added about half a pound, but take a look at my high side pressure now at 337, which is a big difference from almost 400 PSI, which, as you guys know, that's not good. But after cleaning all those coils, removing all the dirt, now we have good exchanging of heat, right? We have that heat being extracted from the coil, right, and up at the top. And if I were to take my my digital strikrometer and take a temperature reading here, you're going to see it's roughly around 105 degrees. But we're very good. Temperature inside the house went from 80 to already 77 in literally less than, I don't know, half an hour or so. So pretty good. I'm quite confident we did a great job here. And another satisfied customer. Smash that thumbs up button, guys. Thank you for watching. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that if you're a homeowner and you got some mechanically inclined ability, maybe take it upon yourself to safely clean your condensing coil, especially if you got these newer Rheem condensers, because as you can see, it's easy peasy. If you enjoyed this video, if you got something out of it and you hadn't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. There's no cost or obligation. Your subscribing to the channel will help further the reach of the content and the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're so inclined, I'd really appreciate it if you could scan this QR code. You can pause it right there if you want. That QR code brings you to our donation page for the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy charitable nonprofit organization that I am chair and president of, where we provide free or low-cost plumbing, heating, and cooling services to those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there that are just struggling to get by, just managing in foreclosure, not in foreclosure, but struggling to pay their bills. And when something breaks in their homes, we provide that service for free, or if they can pay $1 or $2, whatever it is, we take everything. And the best is, if you're a U.S. resident, it's a tax-deductible donation because we are a recognized IRS 501c3 charity. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. Until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe.